Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says Israel's tactics in Gaza have meant a horrible loss of life for civilians, but they have failed to neutralize Hamas leaders and fighters. His comments come as the Israeli military expands its attack in the Gaza Strip. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have fled the southern city of Rafah, where Israel is targeting Hamas fighters. Israeli tanks have also re-entered northern Gaza after Israel said that Hamas forces were trying to regroup in the area.
Israeli tanks heading back into northern Gaza. The Israeli military had declared victory over Hamas here months ago. Now it says it's gone back to stop the militant group re-establishing control. Palestinians living here in the Jabalia refugee camp just north of Gaza City have been told to evacuate. With the area still devastated from the earlier Israeli operations and new airstrikes raining down, residents are hurrying to get out. But many of those rushing to flee with everything they could take with them said that there was nowhere safe left for them to go.
We left the camp, but we don't know where to go. We don't know where to head. We don't have food, drink, or clothes.
We have to move every day. We move more often than we stay put. Every day we're in a different area. In the north, in the south, in the east. We don't know where to go.
Gaza's southernmost city, Rafah, was long considered the safest place left in the Strip. But Israeli forces are now trying to root out Hamas fighters here too. Hundreds of thousands of people have already left the city, according to the Israeli army, while more are still trying to leave. Many of those displaced by the fighting in Rafah have headed north to central Gaza. This woman said she'd followed the Israeli evacuation orders, but that now she couldn't find even basic supplies for her children.
There's no safe place. The situation is very hard. There's no food, no drinks. Even the water is hard to get. My children cry and tell me, "Mother, we want to drink." And I don't know what to do. I'm like everyone else who left Rafah and came here, and we are displaced here, but there's no safe place.
With Palestinians desperately searching for safety, Washington has again called on Israel not to launch a full-scale ground offensive in Rafah.
Israel's on the trajectory potentially to inherit an insurgency with many armed Hamas left, or if it leaves, a vacuum filled by chaos, filled by anarchy, and probably refilled by Hamas.
But with Israel increasing its attacks throughout the Gaza Strip, calls for restraint, even from its closest ally, seem to be falling on deaf ears.